There has been some news in Israel which looks at a snap election earlier before the midterm elections in the US, but their election date has still not been released. And of course, this time around, the early ballot and a preliminary reading of a bill to disband the 120-seat Knesset, which is the Israeli parliament. This is being done to understand early election inside Israel, to understand Netanyahu's own coalition, how it's going to stand by. I want to ask regarding this very situation with Barrister Sarwar Hossain in the studio. Shimon Ricklin, an anchor for the right-wing Israeli Channel 14, blurted out apparent confidential plans about a renewed attack on Tehran as Israel is very pursuant, and had a very strange phone call, the leaders of Israel and US President Donald Trump just last Tuesday, 2 days ago, on what would be the possible attack plans on Iran. While as we see General Field Marshal Asim Munir, who has traveled to Tehran to understand the Iranian viewpoint. Just to get a comment from you, Israel, the land that has been taken from the Palestinians is now considered someone who has taken part in genocide in Gaza, has broken international waterway norms and rules while taking in the Sumud flotilla members. And now, as I hear, Turkey is actively trying to get them repatriated to their homelands as a third country. So, given back Israel and its multiple violations over the several months and years, as we've seen, spanning from 2023, I want to get your comment on how you felt about Israel. There are much more updates regarding Israel. I will also bring it on to the table. How do you see Israel and its position in the world?
Yeah, we always said that Israel is an outpost of USA, and Netanyahu himself is a war criminal. An international warrant order is against him, and America is protecting these war criminals who committed heinous crimes against humanity. It is the boil of the whole world. Everybody knows that it is the Muslims' land which has been taken over by the Jewish, and we know this Balfour Treaty. By this Balfour Treaty, a permanent conflictual situation has been arisen in Middle East, and war against Iran, and we know that Netanyahu has used America for their war against Iran. The Trump has become the stooges of Netanyahu. Netanyahu has his own problem with the domestic politics, and by this war sometimes against Gaza, now on Iran, now he's surviving politically. So, from his point of view, he thinks that if there is early election, might be that he will again come back to power. So, there will be a continuous plan by Israel to attack on Iran. It was his 40 years dream, and this dream has come true only this time when another hawkish leader, the nonsense Trump, has come to power.
Right.
Now, from the Iranian point of view, Iran knows, Iran prepared for last 40 years that America will attack Iran sometimes, and they have attacked. So, from this diplomatic passage, when their diplomats were seized before in 1979, from that onwards, America has been waiting to take this revenge.
Right.
Now, Netanyahu could trick them this time. This time he could took America to attack against Iran. Now, Iranian leader, their leader has told that they are prepared, and their underground missile system is 90% has been already activated as it was before. It was reported in the Western media. So, Iranian people is always ready to face this attack, and if they attack further, if there is a wave of another attack, it is America who will lose really. And again, I must say that it is China and Russia will come further front in the world stage.
The Law Ministry has stated that in 1 week duration, the police must send their probe documents in what they have found. I want to ask Barrister Sarwar Hossain, you are a barrister, member of law, someone who upholds the law as it sees fit. I want to understand from you why we must wait 1 week when those who have been accused have committed to their murder, have pleaded guilty on their own terms.
No, for a investigation like this, it takes a bit time because multiple forensic investigation also required. Here in this case, a DNA test also will be required. Apparently, it is an admitted case, but admission by the accused is on part of the case only. Only by admission of a case, nobody can be convicted, only simply basing on 164 statement.
Right.
So, the prosecution is under obligation to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. For that reason, the forensic reports will be required, the autopsy report, this DNA report for investigation. Usually in Bangladesh, this type of investigation is very slow, it takes a lot of time. You know one killing of Shagoruni.
Right,
This
and
couple
it
killing
has
and
not been
last,
decided.
It is the investigation is not yet finished, and 120 times has been taken. By now 12 years has gone. So, if the government, if the police can finish it within 7 days, it will be a new standard for investigation of sensational case like this. It
Right.
is a brutal killing, and something has to be done with the social education. Why a person should rape and kill a young girl of 10 years? So, probably our social education is not correct. Why this type of animal live in the name of human being living in the society who can really rape and kill a young girl of 10 years of age? So,
Right.
this is a great concern for the social scientists as well, for the education system, and I think a research to be carried out why this killer has killed, what was in his mind, what happened, why he had to kill, and not only killing, after killing his head was separated, severed, his head was severed from the body, probably to hide it, hide
Yes.
the bodies. So, why it is happening? It is not just before 2 or 3 days there was another killing, and the body was put it in several pieces to hide this killing. So, this is happening time and again in Bangladesh. So, something is happening with the social values, something has gone wrong with the thinking process of the young persons. So, our social scientists should carry out a research, and new chapter, new values should be added in the education, so that this type of brutal killing can be avoided.